Piero, what's up?
What's up, man?
Not much. They're talking about this being the big one.
Which big one's that?
I don't know. The next one. Seeing all these stats about there hasn't been this much selling since Odd Diggity and bloody bloody blah. And it's just like, let's relax. It was only like what 2.7 yesterday or something, or 1.7 then.
It's always the big one, man.
Yeah. They really come out. I mean, yeah, my Twitter feed is full of it's all just traders, my Twitter feed. So it's like the amount of people sharing all these market stats of like sell-offs and when the Fed was doing this and the market did that, then this happened and blah 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 blah. It's like I just
Yeah,
can't read Twitter the last 2 days.
yeah. It's always the big one, man.
So you still short?
I am.
Lovely, lovely, nice. I think it's going to pay out, man. It's going to pay out big.
We'll see. Never really does, but let's see.
Well, you're keeping the lights on, so I reckon you're doing something right.
Yeah, once in a while I catch a lucky break, but I don't know. I've been trying to sell fucking dollars and it just doesn't work very well.
Yeah, the strength in the dollar is being a bit strange. I wasn't I was trying to buy euro last week and just fucking did the exact opposite of what I thought it was going to do. So I just was not expecting it.
No,
Maybe
it takes
today.
longer, It takes longer a lot of times with me than I'd like it to. So I just got to keep watching my risk and then hopefully catch it and make back everything that I lose trying to do it too early and more, hopefully. But you know, we'll
Yeah.
we'll see. That's the strongest signal I have here is to be buying some of these currencies, but need the market to do something to fight this shit off. You know what I mean? This whole idea that the rate differential is just going to stay where it is. I needed to fight that news off. So maybe today's a day because I'm
You
sure there's
mean
not going
you
to be.
mean the differential that there's one cut left remaining before the end of the year?
Yeah, more in Europe, but only one here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So therefore, people sell euro on that. I need them to stop doing that, and then I can start to build a nice long position. So, let's see, I can buy any of these. I can buy fucking pound. I can buy the Canadian. I can buy the Aussie. I can buy the Swiss. I can buy any of these fucking things. But
Mm,
you gotta be patient because it runs you over, man. I need the market to tell me when to do it.
mm, yeah. What about Swissy?
Yeah, all of them, man. All of
Got
them.
pretty crowded long.
Yeah, I've tried to buy it, but three fucking times. Failed every fucking time at it.
Well, it's sorry, it's crowded short, is it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I did fall down a couple of rabbit holes about like the Fed and a lot of the conspiracy theories about the Fed, but I mean, I suppose it's not really a conspiracy theory when they just openly just fucking want more money, more debt. They just print it, you know. So one chart of the balance, the US was a sovereign balance at the moment, and like the debt interest was like 1,000 times more than the GDP. I don't know. It was a lot. It was like I don't know, probably 20. I don't know. I'll have to pull up the chart, but it was just insane. The interest rate and the outstanding debt was just insane, or the interest payments.
Yeah. I don't think anybody fucking questions that.
But I mean, what I just find, and I mean, look, it's the same. It's been the same for a couple of years now. It's just like,
Been the same
uh,
forever, man. They've been talking about it since fucking the Reagan years.
yeah, but like, how do you feel American people are happy to keep going along with this story?
I don't think American people even fucking know or care, man.
Do you think?
Yeah, I don't really
I,
think
I
they
suppose what I'm
know.
talking, why I asked that question is because I kind of have a sense that people, okay, there's probably not this critical point of everyone gives a shit, but there's certainly more people talking about it now. I mean, there's people on Twitter I'm seeing just saying, why am I working to just fund all these, foreign wars and all this sort of stuff?
Yeah, they say it, but they're still doing it,
Mm.
right? I mean, everybody wants to talk shit and bitch on Twitter, but you know,
Yeah.
what are they gonna do? Stop fucking working? I was thinking this morning, nobody complained when the government was fucking handing out free checks,
Stimmies.
but they complain now that there's inflation. Like what? Learn economics, dude.
No, I think it's more the complaint of, what was that, 69 billion in the foreign aid support bill, where they got the TikTok ban in there as well. I think it's more that rather than giving out about inflation. It's more like, okay, fine, there's inflation. So that's all, it's a fact of life. But do we have to fund 69 billion overseas?
Yes, that's what America does, man. What we
Hmm.
do. We start wars and we make our fucking defense industry rich.
Yeah,
That's what we do, right?
it seems to be.
You're gonna start bitching about it now? Like it's what it's always fucking been. This is what it will be until the Ponzi scheme explodes. And, you know, that could be in a very long time. You can keep this thing going for a very long time. Clearly, what the fuck happened here? Um, what the- clearly
It's not, yeah,
it's bad, but it's just as of when,
yeah. It just keeps blowing my mind how people just keep putting up with it and put up with it. You know, I'm, and then I tweeted out about that Biden was a 25% tax on unrealized gains. How the hell does that work?
Well,
I
that's going
mean,
to be the next thing at some point. They're going to start jacking taxes, right? They're just going to have to.
yeah,
And
if
then
you want to
people
keep
will
funding
bitch, and then
Netanyahu,
people will bitch, and there won't be no fucking difference.
yeah.
They'll bitch and they'll cry, and no one will do anything except bitch and cry.
So this is where you tell me that you shorted one of the most long crowded commodities that we've seen over the last 3 months. How's
Which
your
is
cocoa?
cocoa is not crowded.
Not crowded.
No, it's not.
15% pullback, what, 2 days ago?
It's gone up a lot,
Yeah, it's like
an awful lot.
11,000 a ton. It's now back to like eight or something.
Yeah, but it's not. It was never crowded. Doesn't mean that it can't go down or up.
Yeah,
But crowded is not the driving force in that one.
it's pretty insane looking charts though, in fairness.
Yeah, it is.
Got it here on the yeah, it was pretty insane. Cocoa down just shy of 7% right now. Jesus.
That's my new thing. Real men day trade cocoa.
Fucking A, man. Fucking A.
There's some serious moves in that thing now.
Nah, real man trade platinum. Day trade platinum.
Yeah.
It's as thin as Kate Moss, that fucking market, man. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that's gonna have a fucking monumental pullback. Could be
What is?
cocoa. Just looking at it like
I
I
don't
like to look
know.
at everything on a monthly bar when I'm, if it's not a product I don't trade that much, I just look set for like massive pullback. Really, I would have thought that was pretty crowded actually over some of those. 'Cause
I
the
would have
way
thought
like
so. I would have thought so too, but it just isn't.
if you get like some of those outsized moves, it kind of brings in sort of the turtle traders who are doing like 2 week breakouts and shit like that, and then it just like it becomes a self-feeding rally.
That is without a doubt what happened. I mean, this one fund, trend following turtleish type of fund was up like 125% on the year.
Jesus, nice.
And you got to figure they're pretty big into cocoa. Let's see how they do now, if in fact it pulled back. But
Well,
you got to
let's see how they're
figure that's
doing.
where it was.
Let's see how they're doing next year. Zanny Duke says, like 1 year's performance isn't indicative of your status,
No,
your
it's true.
legendary status or not.
It's true. What's I trying to look for
So
here?
anything else going on over at CMR?
Yeah, same old thing, man. Same old thing. Trying to help these people, and most of them end up just getting mad at me because I tell them to buy fucking Swiss franc and they lose money, and you know, it's usually what happens. But it should be all right. It's good though. We have some good people on there, having said that, and um, it's fun. It's still pretty fun for me. So
It's a good, strong community, I have to say. It's fantastic. And
yeah, well, because we kick people off.
oh yeah,
Yeah, if they're not gonna, be a part of what we're trying to do, then we just kick them off. And if they're gonna be on there telling everybody that they're fucking a bunch of losers, like that's not what this is about.
really, you
Um,
have raiders coming in telling everyone they're losers and they should be trading shitcoin number 10.
yeah, that type of thing.
Oh yeah,
So
and
we
that the dollar's going to collapse.
give them a warning, and no, they can say the dollar's going to collapse, but we're just not looking for people to be fighting and ragging on each other and telling everybody what heroes they are and how everybody is an asshole. And, in fact, you can do that too, but if you're just going to cause, hatred in there, then we kick you off. We're trying to get people that are looking to
Yeah,
help each other and learn from each other. That's kind of the idea.
yeah, man.
So when people sort of get away from that, then we just show them the door. So that's kept the community nice.
Yeah. Thankfully, I've never been part of a community where there's a whole lot of giving out and, ragging on people going on, yeah, I've been in like one or two Discord communities, but not really that engaged. But in other trainer communities, like, you know,
I've never been on Discord. Uh,
yeah, I only found it, like a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years max.
yeah,
It's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. So we're doing the weekly VWAP report at the moment. So this is kind of part of my edge. Use VWAPs, multi-period VWAPs. Don't know if you ever partook in a bit of VWAPing yourself.
I'm not a VWAPper myself.
Okay.
One of the guys on our thing follows one dude on Twitter that's some kind of VWAPper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a few people out there, yeah, who are hardcore VWAPers, man. I love it. I mean, it's not 100% of my edge, but it's a huge part of it for sure.
If it works, it's good, right?
That's exactly why it's part of my edge, because it
Yeah.
fucking works.
Well, then that's all that freaking matters.
Yeah, yeah.
If it
So,
works, it's good. Like my guitar teacher says, if it sounds good, it is good.
yeah.
Nothing else matters.
So have you seen any other crazy stuff going on in the markets at the moment?
Not really, man. I'm just trying to focus. I'm really focused on this dollar thing. It's my main thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's going to keep going higher and higher and higher. I
Well,
just don't
that
see a
sounds about
capitulation
right.
point coming for it anytime soon.
Sounds about right. Because that's what's gonna fuck me the most. So that's usually what happens.
Yeah, it's
But
just
I can
every
only
time
do
you,
what I can only do what I do. You know what I mean? And this is what I do, and this is what my stuff is telling me to do. So that's all I can do. And watch my
yeah,
risk. Watch my risk. That's really all I can do. I mean that's
yeah.
that's really what I'm good at. Not very
I
good at
think I
predicting
think it's a
markets.
horrible time to execute a trade that in equities. I mean, obviously NFP and FOMC tonight, but just technically the market hasn't really been in it. It's just in this downward trajectory. This big auction that started like feels like 2 weeks ago now, 3 weeks. Just from what the stuff I look at. I mean, I know you've been short,
It's
kind of probably a week or two before
going
us.
nowhere.
Hmm?
It's going nowhere right now.
Yeah.
Big play here, and there's no reason to be super excited about trading the stock market at this point. Doesn't look like to me, but usually all changes on FOMC day. So
Hmm. You know what I'd love to trade? CBD,
what the hell is that?
CBD fluids,
What
extract, hemp
you like
extract.
you like to trade it,
Well, yeah,
or
obviously
you
it's
like to
physical,
smoke it?
so, but a friend of mine who's a lawyer was doing some for some legals for a CBD firm.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry, she's doing legals for these guys. They're wholesaling, they're wholesaling CBD and they're clearing $14 million a month.
wow,
Two guys in North America are clearing 14 a month and they're wholesaling this all around the world.
nice.
And I was down in my local coffee shop and he likes to sell some CBD gummies and CBD coffee.
Yeah,
And he's just like, the margins are like 90% and it just moves all day long.
nice.
Yeah, I know you had that background in the farms. Thought it might have been of interest to you at some point.
Yeah, I'm done with all that shit, man. I don't get
Yeah.
the time or the effort or the
Okay.
patience anymore for that shit. I did 6 years ago. I was looking pretty heavily into the whole CBD thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say it's quite sophisticated in the US and quite saturated, isn't
Yes.
it?
That's what I found out when I looked into it, was it was very saturated very quickly.
Were the margins good?
No, because it was too saturated. They
Okay.
got there was 1 year where CBD killed it because nobody was doing it. And then everybody found out about it that 1 year. So the next planting season, everybody did it.
All right.
And then it came to sell it, and like the whole world was filled with the shit, and nobody could get rid of it. They were
So the margins that dropped to
to basically
terrible.
zero. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what happened there from what I saw. Luckily, I avoided it, but I know some people that didn't avoid it and got into it because they got all excited about it, and a year later they were sitting on fucking a warehouse full of CBD shit that they couldn't even get rid of.
Right. So if you're
Given,
just a wholesale broker, that was probably one of the best years so far.
yeah, broken it would be a good thing.
Yeah.
You got the buyers, you clearly, and then you can make a lot of money.
Yeah. It's interesting. Nice. Well, I thought I'd jump in and see how you're doing, if you're still alive.
Yeah, I'm alive, man. I'm
Alive and be kicking.
alive and barely kicking, but it's not been a fun year for me this year at all. It's
No?
no.
Tell Uncle Tim what's been happening.
Just haven't been fun, man. I just not making
No?
on very many trades. I was lucky that I made a lot on one trade. And that one trade, I made more than my total P&L for the year. So in other words, I've lost on everything else net other than one fucking trade. And I'm not going to complain. I'm up because of that one trade, but it's very grinding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Grinding to just watch trades not work, not work, not work, not work. I mean, I shouldn't complain. I could be down, and that would suck big time. If I hadn't executed that one trade, I would be down, and that would suck big time. So what I should be is thankful.
Mm.
At least I got that one trade, and then I executed it correctly. I should be thankful. But you know how this business is. For some reason, I'm not. I'm just fucking pissed. It's a grind. I sat with some guy yesterday. Some guy contacted me, wanted to buy me a coffee and talk about his life and trading and all that shit. And I went and sat with him for about 2 hours. And I kept telling him, dude, you're not going to trust me. You're not going to believe me. Do something else with your fucking life. He's like, oh, I love trading. I'm like, everybody loves trading, man. It's a fucking, it's a vice. It's gambling. Everybody loves trading. Everyone loves shooting heroin too. You know what I mean? Everyone loves vices. Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
Don't kid yourself. This ain't what you think it is, man. It's
Yeah.
a, it's a fucking grind. And you think it's not, go grind in something else where at least you're guaranteed to make money.
You know what I like more than a good old vice?
It's
Making money,
I get it,
not
but
losing it.
I get it. But he's telling me, oh, Jesse Livermore book is my favorite book ever. I'm like, look, the Jesse Livermore book, Reminiscence of a Stock Operator. Yeah, it's a fun book, right? It's fun to
Great
read,
book,
and
yeah.
there's a lot of great quotes. My son is named Jesse. Okay, so I know what you're
Yeah.
saying. I go, but what do you know what happened to Jesse Livermore? No.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, he ended up
No.
broke and he killed himself. Okay, so
Yeah.
if your guide is Jesse Livermore, then take what I'm saying,
Yeah.
for real, because
Yeah.
Jesse Livermore ended up killing himself,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So is that really what you want to be? You want to be the next Jesse Livermore? Well, the next Jesse Livermore means you're going to be end up broke and putting a gun in your fucking head.
If you tell, I found psychologically, if you tell people these things, that they only hear like 5% of what you're
I
saying
know
to
he
them.
won't hear it. He won't hear it, but people are asking me my advice. That's the best advice I can give you, man. You know, it really
Sure.
is. Doesn't mean never trade the market, but you get a real fucking job. Trade on the side.
Yeah.
People think this is
I
like,
know.
like,
The worst thing is that people, especially in the day trading spaces, people get involved and they have some early success, just kind of
right.
blind success
Yeah,
from
that's what
just
happened
from
to
what
me.
I've seen.
That's what doomed me.
Yeah.
Exactly what doomed me when I first started. It was a bull market. I had some early success, and that was it. I was hooked, and
And now look at you.
yeah, right. I'm miserable, fucking, saying this dude, like, dude, like it's 15, 16, whatever years ago. I was broke and in the worst freaking marriage in the history of freaking mankind, right?
Mm.
And now I'm lucky enough that, okay, I'm good financially and I'm in what I consider to be the greatest marriage in the history of mankind. But you know what? I'm still fucking miserable because of all this fucking trading shit. Still focused on the fact that, hey, the first fucking 4 months of the fucking year have been freaking brutal and all that, like it's horrible. If happiness is your ultimate goal, this ain't the way to go.
Happiness is your goal. Who's Alan Watts said, you know, if you like horses, just become a horse riding instructor. Do something that makes you happy,
Yes.
you know.
And they think that this is it, but
If I wanted a super happy life, I probably, I mean, well, the pipe dream would be to be a writer or just paint all day.
There you go.
But yeah, I think that's what I'd do. Or like I'd open up a little barbecue joint,
There you go.
which actually we're looking at doing. There's a fantastic little village called Boris. They have this big old house there. They do shooting and weddings at, and the village outside of Boris is just like a postcard, but it's got no coffee shop. And the guys who were running a coffee shop there, had a big falling out, and neither of them wanted to run a business. So we're thinking, oh, maybe we'd get our friends to work it. And then we're just thinking, with a coffee shop, unless you're the one running it, it's probably not going to really work, if you're not owner operator. But that was going to be probably
That's
like a
probably tough if you're not
semi-retirement thing for me.
good.
Smoke my meats at the back.
Smoke my meat. That sounds like
That's what you
mm,
do, man. Get the fire up the smoker.
yeah, I hear
Get a big hunk of beef and lob it in there for 8 hours. Come on, have you not had a short rib slow cooked beef? You never had that?
you. Of course I have.
No. Well then, how good was it? It's probably
It's
one of the best things you
fine.
ever make.
It's great.
Eaten.
It's great. Let me know when you get it started. I'll be there.
Well, I don't. We're looking at a different thing now. That has better returns attached to it.
You can smoke meat somewhere else.
Smoke meat at home, man. Just, just smoke it. Smoke your own meats at home. You know, fire up the Barbie, 10 a.m. Get a beer going, maybe a whiskey. Get your fire going. What else would you want to be doing on a Sunday?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Certainly not thinking about where the fucking S&Ps are going to open up on Sunday
Yeah,
night. Is what I
yeah.
fucking do all
Or
day Sunday, unfortunately.
yeah. Well, since I've been doing the report, that is my Sunday evening is a quick check in on the markets and seeing how things are going to be potentially moving for the week.
Yeah.
Do you write your reports you do it on Friday, do you?
I do it over the course of the weekend. I usually start it on Friday night and then kind of pick at it over the weekend and try to add different things and, you know, let my think about different shit as I read it stuff and come up with shit and just kind of add to it as I go.
Yeah. But you cover a hell of a lot of markets, isn't it? It's like 20 plus markets, is it?
30 something.
30, I think the main 36 is it as the main future suite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. It's a lot of coverage, man.
Well, there's only something to talk about when certain markets are getting crowded, which, they're not all the time.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
not like I'm giving commentary on 37 markets every tick of the way, I'm not,
Sure.
I'm trying not to focus on random markets, you know,
Yeah.
which is what most of them are most of the time. So
Mm.
focusing on the ones that are getting juicy
Mm.
for risk reward and take it from there. But
Yeah. We got the market open here. Not much going on, as would be the case with an FOMC day. Are you gonna you're probably gonna be yeah, you're gonna be keyed in tonight, FOMC. It's gonna be a big hot brew about nothing, I reckon.
that's what I think. I think I saw that the options market's pricing in the biggest FOMC day in like a long time, which
Why?
who the fuck knows? But meanwhile, that probably means that it ends up being the least movement in the FOMC.
Yeah.
When they're not pricing and then it happens, right?
Yeah. I think the last couple have been just pretty benign, to be honest. It's just been an excuse for the market to kind of take a break we get the FOMC and then the market just keeps doing what it was going to do anyway. Whereas now it's looks a little bit
Just
like the
I
market's
feel like that's what the
priced.
market always does. It always just ends
Well,
up doing what it was going to do anyway. It just gets a little, people just get in there in the meantime and swing it around a little bit because
yeah, well,
they don't
what I
want
mean
to.
is you don't get any like turns in the market, or unexpected stuff happening. For example, like you would have seen like I don't know, like 3, 4 years ago, maybe five. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like they've just pre-positioned this into a cheaper spot. And then maybe we'll have a bit of a rally tonight because of that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna go up, it's gonna go down.
That's what I know. It's either going
Me
to go
too.
up or down or do nothing.
Yeah.
That's about the only thing I know.
Something actually that's come to mind that I did want to talk to you about was like the ags and softs, right? Because we have to buy quite a lot of animal feed here and like hay straw and like a lot of grains as well. And we're seeing a bit of a looming crisis in that it's been super wet
Yeah,
and a lot of the farmers have been delayed in planting their crops.
yeah, I've heard that.
You know, are you s- I know you're covering a lot of ags as well. Like, are you seeing any trouble brewing in the sector, like crowding going on?
It was a couple months ago. And stuff rallied a little bit and the crowding went away real quick. But there was a huge move in wheat the last few weeks based on what you
Yeah,
were saying. Um, but
but that wasn't that selling though. It was crowded in the short side.
it was crowded on the short side, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's about to be a really strong. Well, I suspect that because of what we're looking at here, buying physical stuff, that's about to do an about turn. I don't know if it's been the same situation in other parts of the world with this El Niño cycle or whatever they're talking about. I don't really understand that cycle, to be honest.
I don't either. The only thing I know is when I first heard about El Nino, it was like something that happened like every like 20 years or something like that. And now all of a sudden it's people talk about it every time a fucking ag market moves, it's El Nino.
That's right. Well, there's El Niño and El Niño, or
Right.
there's two.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah,
El
I don't,
Nino and El Nino. But it
I don't
used to
know.
be like something that was like every 20 years, and now it's every 20 days.
Yeah, maybe I'd make more money if I understood that, but you know what?
Probably
I
not.
don't know if I want to trade those markets.
Yeah, you'd probably lose more money if you understood. That would be my guess. But
Exactly, exactly.
stay in your lane, brother.
That's right. I have a lane and it's called oil
Yeah,
and
where's the oil
energy
market going?
and the euro. The euros. I'm trying to catch the euro, man. Had a couple of nice day and multi-day trades over this year actually, but no real big runners. So, and I don't think the starter is going to let me in. So,
Trying to catch the euro on the short side?
I was playing shorts for mainly the first quarter, yeah, mainly shorts, and then I think I tried to buy a dip on like 3 weeks ago, and just like gave it 3 attempts and just got shown the door. So I haven't really touched it in the last 2 weeks, maybe two. Well, no, in the last week, and this week. No, I did have a couple of shots at it last week, and it was just fucking stupid. I was seeing things anyway.
Well, I wish I had more exciting stuff to tell you, man, but I'm not seeing a whole hell of a lot here.
No. With any luck now, they're going to press it another 10% down, and then maybe we'll have something to talk about.
Get this thing down 10%. This thing may never go down 10% in the history of our fucking lives again.
I saw you said something on Twitter like if the market goes up, I'm never going short again in my life. What?
That one day, yeah.
Yeah. And then I think it stalled. It didn't really do anything on the day. Or no, it rallied, didn't it?
No, it rallied all day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It rallied. Why did you say that? Because
You know, it was like one of the most bearish news days ever.
Oh, GDP.
Forget what it was, but it was
It,
massively
it was
bearish news days
GDP
everywhere. It was the day that,
1.6.
I think it was the day that Facebook announced earnings, Meta announced earnings, and it was getting crushed. And then there
You
was,
know,
yeah, and then there
they
was some
announced
other
Monday,
stuff
Tuesday.
that came out too, and it was all bearish, and the market refused to go down.
Yeah.
And then it didn't close up on the cash close, but then whatever, Google and whoever the hell, Microsoft or something came out after the cash close, and
Yeah.
the futures absolutely exploded higher.
Yeah, well, that was the GDP on the Thursday, came out miss, and the market loved it because the market was just going to go, oh, yeah, well, the Fed will step in if this gets out of hand, so let's go.
Yeah, well, that's where we're at. There's bad
Well,
news
we're
is good
not at it
news, and
now.
good news is good news. Everything's good news. That's where we're at, man. It's hard. It's a very tough tape to fight,
You know what?
and it's all fucking bullish dollar.
Yeah. You know what? I think the quote from this call is there is no such thing as bad news at the moment.
Mm.
Bad news, Fed will step in. Good news, everything's fine in the economy.
I
So,
mean, I keep saying these people want an interest rate cut, man. You know, get the S&P to 3,500,
yeah,
take gold to, 2,000, and then you can get yourself an interest rate cut. Until then, there ain't no interest rate cut.
yeah. All right. Well, with that, gonna start planning on smoking some meat this weekend.
Smoke some meat, man.
It's all about the wood. You need some nice wood if you're gonna smoke some meat.
Listen to what you're saying, man.
You need some good
I need
trees
some
to.
nice wood so I can smoke some meat. Okay. Tim Dugan, everybody.
I know there's people out there who know what I'm saying.
I know what
They're
you're
out there.
saying. I know what you're saying.
They're just not listening to
I
this.
hear you loud and clear. You need some nice, that's the quote of the day. I need some nice wood so I can smoke some meat. Okay.
With that, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Bye.